Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to try my hand at a day in the life of. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning and share a little bit of everything throughout our day. Then I will come back and talk to you at the end. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom of 4 boys, and this school year I am homeschooling a 6th grader and 11th grader. I've graduated too. We just finished up our 15th year. So let's get started. This is how I like to start my morning off, with either just plain water, lemon water, which I've been drinking for a long time, or adding apple cider vinegar also, which my husband's been drinking for years, and I just started this and I really feel like it is helping. So I need to get that down first thing. And then, of course, there will be coffee. Do not worry. This is the kind I've been buying, and I really seem to like that. My husband prefers the pods. It's just a little easier, quicker for him. But I feel like the pot coffee is a little bit stronger. I think that's my preference. So I usually like to get that going before I settle down to anything. I have been up for a little while, and then my boys will start getting up. Trying to give them some vitamins. This is the vitamins we take from Shackley. All kinds of different ones that we like to take. But it's best for me to go ahead and get started with my devotions in the morning. I have this Bible that I have bought. I think I bought it last year for my birthday, and it's more of a note-taking Bible. And then this one on my lap here, I've had for over 20 years, and I have a Bible reading plan. Just sharing, I don't even know if that tells you where I printed it off from something at the beginning of the year, but it's probably going to take me a couple years, but that's okay. So I have just read through 2 Samuel there. No, yeah, that one. And I wanted to share a verse with you in chapter 15. In chapter 15, verse 22, it says, "And Samuel said, Hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as to obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." And I have at the bottom of that, my Bible, it says, "Obedience is delighting in what God wants you to do." Now, I had written some notes. It's funny how the Lord speaks to you differently every time you read His Word, and that is why it's so important to continue to read it yearly, every day. Our pastor mentioned the other day about not just doing your devotions, but having a devotional life, and I think this verse can relate. And I wrote the verse out in my notebook, but also wrote under it, we encourage our kids to obey us, but we want them to have the right attitude. We tell them to put a smile with it. But what is our attitude in obeying God? Are we being an example? Are we having the obedience? Are we showing it as delighting in what God wants us to do, to show them how to follow the Lord? And of course, I always go back to this verse in Psalms. In Psalms 51, starting in 16, the whole chapter is great, but starting in verse 16, it says, "For thou desirest not sacrifice, would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifice of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise." So God just wants us to come to Him with obedience and delight in that, a broken spirit, a broken heart, willing to do whatever He asks of us. So just wanted to share that. It's just sort of been on my heart. I've actually read over this a few times and have written it out, and just thought I'd share it with you. Okay, in that same notebook in the back, I'm not going to show you, but it's my prayer list. That is where I keep that. And then after my devotions, I try to look over my calendar and just make plans. This is something that I purchased, and I was actually looking for something just like this. It has the days on one side and lots of places where I can write notes, because I like to, just writing it down helps me remember. All right. So our breakfast is pretty limited this morning. It's Monday morning. I had not even thought about breakfast. We are not cereal people. I try to make muffins or, eggs, and we're just all tired. So my son had toast. I think my oldest may have had a granola bar. I don't even know what he had. And I had coffee early on and then had that granola bar you've seen there, just showing you some of my vitamins that I personally take and that have been helping me. So, and most of them are from Shackley, but I just thought I would give you a peek. This is a GLA complex. That first one, the turmeric, was really, really helpful. My husband and I both take that. And I wanted to share this one with you. Okay, here it is. This is a multi-liquid vitamin. We don't take this every day. We only take it like if somebody's sick, wakes up with a sore throat, and man, it really knocks it out. So just wanted to share that with you. Okay, eating toast. My oldest has been up for a while. He's read his Bible. He's playing the piano. My 6th grader has been up a little while too and was already building something. So, showing you. He wants me to show you also. But I am adding just a bit to my coffee, and this is the collagen I use. Just sharing that in case you're interested. I do order this from Amazon. And then my son, we needed to go and get the baby chicks out. Okay, it is not 10 o'clock yet, so we're doing pretty good. It is a Monday morning, and Monday mornings I am definitely a little bit more relaxed. I feel like I'm a little relaxed anyways, but we have busy weekends. We have some ministry that a couple of my guys do on Saturday. I have some work that I do on Saturday, and then we actually had company that afternoon, and that went well. And then Sunday we're at church all day, and it's just weekends have always been busy for us, and that is fine. We love being part of it. It's funny, I was sitting here thinking when my oldest was like in middle school and then 9th and 10th, we did co-op every Monday, like morning, like had to be there early. You know, this must have been in my younger days because I can't imagine trying to do that right now. But there's different seasons and different things that we do, and we just don't really think about it. We just do what we feel led to do. So right now I do not feel led to do a co-op on Monday morning. I'm enjoying being able to be a little bit more relaxed. My 11th grader has done piano and Bible, and he's like, I am struggling. So he's outside shooting some baskets. He is one that if he sits too long, he just gets really tired. So he does better being able to take breaks, go outside, get some energy, use some of that energy, and then come back and he can focus better. So, and then of course you've seen Marshall, he's outside taking care of the chickens, and he doesn't do that every morning. A lot of times he'll just put them in the cage or check on them. So, but this morning he was letting them out. I'm like, are you staying out? And he's like, yeah, I might as well. So I'm like, okay. And I gave him a time limit. And before I want to get started with him, I have actually worked on some, home finance stuff that, just part of life and every family has. So I took care of some of that this morning. I'm just going to get the schoolroom set up a little bit because of company and a video I did recently about all our supplies and things I fixed. I really didn't get it all finished because I did it last minute and then just sort of set some of it back here, but I want to find the correct homes for a lot of it, get the school stuff set out for when the boys do come in, that we'll just be ready to get started. Okay, I can guarantee that your homeschool day looks totally different than mine. I would love for you to share your ages and grades that you have below and just in the comments. But I remember a time that I actually had a pre-K, one in elementary, one in middle school, and one in high school. And that was just for a very short time, but it's fun. So, but right now mine is a little bit different. I just have two. I have one in 6th grade and one in 11th, and we just finished up our 15th year of homeschooling. So I have weeded out a lot of things. I say that as I am pulling out a lot of printer paper. I didn't realize there was so many in here, which I'm thankful for. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, this will last me a lifetime, but you know how that goes, especially with one in college and one getting ready to. They have things they have to print off sometimes. So just trying to find a spot for this. I want to keep one near the desk. We usually keep one in a drawer right underneath the printer. My high schooler just came in. He is getting ready to start. He is going to do his math next. He does Math UC, and he is doing geometry this school year. And the crazy thing is the disc we have for that was not working. So I went ahead and got the online program, which I think is working well. And it's lifetime. So I'm thinking I might as well just get the lifetime online, because then I know that the sixth grader I have now will be able to use it in the future. So he has his headphones. He's working on that and getting it done. And then my sixth grader comes in and he is going to start on his Bible. We are doing a Proverbs study this semester anyways. This is book 1. There is a book 2, which I'm pretty sure we'll just continue with that next semester. So just going through and answering questions. He then is doing a verse from his cursive book that I have shared in another video. And then my 11th grader is just going over his math. I am going to go ahead and read Pilgrim's Progress. There's like this whole introduction. I haven't even started on the first chapter, but the next time we get together for this, we will. But just a lot of background, but I think it's very good. I think it's interesting. But there's always, I see them laughing, so there must have been some humor in there, some question I probably asked about it. Okay, look, we're just going to review fractions just a tad so you understand this, okay? But, so 1/4, you have, how many pieces do you have? You have 4, and 1 is colored. 2/4, 2 is covered. 3/4, how many is colored? 3! And what about this one? 4. Is that the whole thing? Mm-hmm. That means if 4/4 actually equals 1, because that is a whole piece. Okay, so that's the important thing to remember when you're reviewing this. Okay? Okay, he is doing a review page. We are just getting back into this. I know that looks basic, but he needs the review in math to help his mind. That's his struggle. We also did rod and staff grammar. I didn't show that. And this is the IEW, the writing. And we're just starting on that, and that's going slowly, but I think it's just going to take time, and he will get it. Okay, we are taking a break. Actually, my high schooler has gone to work for the afternoon, and I really am realizing I need to make some muffins, not only for the boys, but for my husband and I, just to have some breakfast and just a snack. I don't know. Do you have boys? Are they big snackers? I try to do as much homemade stuff as possible, but this summer has been bad about just buying granola bars here and there or some other type of snack. That is not the best choice. So I need to get back into the routine of baking more. Hey, did you play outside? Yeah. Let me see what you got. Here comes your buddy. So we need to get, my husband fenced this area. I don't know if you can see the fence right here. So he fenced this whole little area in there, but we need to get a covering for it because the little ones know how to climb and get out of there, so he's trying to catch them. These girls are still not nice to them, so we got to sort of separate them. Okay, I'm gonna let Marshall finish up out there. I came in because I knew the muffin buzzer was probably buzzing, which it was. So these are done. I am going to go ahead and make this recipe from Trim Healthy Mama. It is like a cake, but I have been making it as the muffins and not even putting the topping glaze on, and just making them as muffins, and they're actually really good. And for breakfast, something like that. So I'm gonna make those for my husband and I. Okay, I already put the eggs. I'm adding butter in here. Marshall is still outside putting the chickens. I think he's getting them put in their spot so he can come in, and we're probably going to do some reading for his school. and his older brother has already gone to work. And I feel like I have not really showed you lunches today because it was really like just grab what you can. Well, Evan had a sandwich and went to work. He actually took an extra one. And I made those last night because when I get up in the morning, my oldest and my husband are usually gone, and my second one is about to go to work. So I make all the lunches the night before. So I went ahead and made my 11th grader who is at work, made him a couple sandwiches just to make it easier because I knew it was Monday. And we all are a little bit tired today, but it is Monday. I do know last night, I haven't really mentioned it a whole lot like in my homeschool videos, more my food videos, because my son, the reason we eat gluten-free is because one of my boys has celiac, but he's also a type 1 diabetic. And that's actually my second oldest. And he had a lot of lows last night, but it was more for a technical reasons, but I was getting the beeps, like I was being woke up all night because of a technical issue with his, what we call a sensor that lets us know what his blood sugar is. So I don't know.
Walk with Jesus, saved by his wonderful grace, because I'm saved, wonderful saved. I'm saved by the blood of the Lamb.
He just came in, he's gonna look at a book, and then I'm gonna get these in the oven so I can read some of his history. We use a literature, living book, space type curriculum, Heart of Dakota, and I have lots of videos on that. But that is what we're about to do, but I wanna get these in the oven real quick. Okay, we are in the living room. I was just gonna show you, this is what my teenager is reading for history today, and it is up here in the living room. But this is what I'm getting ready to read with my 6th grader. We are using Heart of Dakota, Resurrection to Reformation. And this, well, let's start with this. This would be the spine. So it is, early ancient church history, but also like world history. And then this is our read aloud together for Ben Gates. This is really good. So we're gonna work on that for a little bit. I just want to encourage you, if you are homeschooling your last one or even two, just to make sure that you do sit down and spend time with them also. Life can get busy when you have older kids, adult kids, and sometimes the youngest just get dragged behind or seem like they do. Time goes by fast, and before you know it, they are growing up too. So don't forget to just sit down and enjoy them also. He still likes to draw when I am reading, so that is what he is working on, if you are wondering. He will also have some notebook work too. Okay, we then had to grab some of our books for the library. These GI dogs, there's one about Sergeant Stubby too. I think these are the only two that I have seen that were similar and both based on true stories. So, and he likes these Who Wouldn't or Who Could books. Of course, he brought some new books home, and we also had to stop at CVS. My son, who has type 1, needed some insulin. We also went to Tractor Supply, running some errands. Okay, making a quick, easy dinner tonight. Hamburgers, gluten-free noodles, green beans, and I cooked up some bacon. It has been a long day, and I do appreciate you all watching. If this video was encouraging or you enjoyed it in any way, please give it a thumbs up. That would encourage me. If you enjoy homeschool videos, I am trying to share my journey, all things homeschool. We also share some food videos because we are a gluten-free family. If you like this type of content, please subscribe, and I will link some of my boys this school year, their curriculum picks, and maybe some planning videos if you would like to check those out. So I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you again soon.